Continuous flight auger piles, or CFA piles, are a type of cast-in-place piles drilled with a continuous hollow auger through which the concrete is pumped as the auger is extracted. Wearing a hard hat, appropriate working clothes, vest, gloves, safety shoes and eye and ear protection devices is mandatory while working. The work area must be fully and securely delimited and signalled. All machinery and personnel crossing and traffic areas will be kept free of obstacles. The work platform must be horizontal, stable and placed over compacted terrain, free of any surface irregularities, and placed insofar as possible far from aerial wire networks and underground galleries. Special areas will be set up for the workers' portable facilities and the various activities such as stockpiling or machine works. The stocked reinforcement materials must be carefully placed on wooden supports with end butts to prevent the accidental rollaway. All lifting and hoisting elements must be periodically checked and replaced as soon as they are not in optimum operating shape. It is strictly forbidden to stand underneath suspended loads or in the area that falls within the working radius of the crane boom, as well as stockpiling materials less than 2 meters from the edge of any slope or excavation. Before assembling the machine, all safety elements must be verified, especially the emergency stop button and the acoustic warning horns, and ensure there are no tools or other objects that may fall down while the mast is being lifted. When assembling the elements at any height from the ground, the crew will be provided with ladders that must be used mandatorily with the safety harnesses anchored to the anti-fall systems of the equipment. Coming up or down from the machine cabin must be done by using the ladder attached to it or any accessory element installed to that effect. When the machine travels, even if it is for a short way, the mast must be folded backwards at a 5-degree angle and the support shoe must travel at ground level. The machine operator and his assistant must work in coordination when the machine is moving or maneuvering. The auxiliary personnel will always work on the side of the machine operator to be able to keep good eye contact throughout the operations. The same measures will be implemented while positioning the drill rig at the perforation point. The machine operator may never leave the machine cabin while the machine is operating. If it became necessary to change a section of the auger, special care must be taken not to place the hands on the junction point to prevent getting the hands trapped between the elements. The concreting lorry will be guided by an operator that will prevent and ensure that no other worker is behind it. The pouring spout will only be deployed when the lorry is stopped. The pump operator must wear at all times protective goggles. All hoses must have a cover, cable and safety chains at the joint points, and their good condition must be checked daily. Nobody may remain under any part of the suspended hose during the concreting operation, not even to prevent that parts of it are caught in the machinery. This task, if necessary, must be carried out with a hook or similar tool or means. The pump operator will carefully watch the pressure to avoid the hose from moving suddenly and violently and to prevent blockages. Earth and concrete residue will be cleaned with mechanical or manual means during the auger extraction operation. Nobody will remain in the operating radius of the rig during this operation. Before inserting the steel reinforcement, the excavated ground will be removed with a backhoe to keep the platform clean and clear of obstacles. When the reinforcement has been correctly installed and there are no loose parts, it will be inserted in the punch or vibrator, taking care not to grab it by the ends to prevent getting the hand trapped. The hoisting and clamming elements will be checked, and the reinforcement will be guided to the pile by means of retention cables. The task of inserting the reinforcement element will be done by the rig, not by the workers. It is forbidden to climb and jump on the reinforcement or hang from it to insert it in the pile. Plastic brackets will be used to protect the intermediate sections of the reinforcement, and all the holes or pits that may present a falling hazard will be suitably signalled 1 meter from the edge. Finally, the concreting pipes will be cleaned using the ball. Before connecting the circuit, it must be ensured that there is no pressure. Nobody may remain or stand in the path of the spout to prevent the impact of solid particles. The pump hopper must always be cleaned with the motor off. Hands may never be inserted in the concrete aspiration cylinders. The blades and any other mobile part must always be wedged to prevent it from moving. It is strictly forbidden to remain under suspended loads or within the operating radius of the crane boom. Machinist and assistant must always work with a good coordination dynamic when the rig is making any kind of movement. The rig operator may never leave the cabin while the machine is operating. The pump operator will watch the pressure and wear protective goggles. Nobody may remain under the part of the hose that is suspended or guide it with his hands. Hands must not be placed anywhere where there is a risk of trapping. It is forbidden to climb up or jump on the reinforcement to insert it into the pile. The ends of these steel reinforcement bars must be protected and all the holes must be signalled to prevent falls.